Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for January 4th, 2016. We're going to have a very cold day today with temperatures below normal, and not only that, but the winds are going to be gusting out of the north up to about 30 miles per hour at times today. So we're going to have some wind chills that are going to be pretty darn cold out there today. So definitely feel like winter. If you haven't felt winter in a while, you certainly won't be saying that after today, as we get temperatures that are going to be stuck in the 20s over many locations, maybe getting above 30 down here. Closer to Philadelphia, South Jersey, and Delaware, but everywhere else, we're talking about temperatures that are going to be stuck in the 20s, and with those wind chills, we're talking about temperatures feeling like they're in the teens in many locations, especially the further north you go in our coverage area here. Could be a passing flurry today, not an impossibility. As we get some lake effect snow showers coming through here, so not expecting a widespread thing with that. So we do have the opportunity though for a few flurries today, especially this afternoon, this evening. And then we're going to be dry, continuing dry for the next couple days. Here's a look at Tuesday. High pressure sitting right over top of us. So we're looking at temperatures maybe a little bit higher than they were today, but nothing really to write home about. We're talking about temperatures that are generally freezing or below for central and northern areas, maybe close to the middle 30s down here by Philadelphia. But really not much of an improvement as far as temperatures are concerned. And then high pressure is going to move off to the east here. It doesn't look like it's doing that here, but we're going to have temperatures moderate a little bit. We're going to be watching a couple winter systems, or a couple storms here. The first one is interesting because we have a low cutting to our west here, and that's out off the map right here. Well, is low cutting off to our west, another one redeveloping off to the southeast. Depending on which one becomes the primary or takes over as the strongest low will determine how much cold air is involved with the system. And if we get some cold air coming in from the north or northeast here, we could have some wintry precipitation to deal with Friday night and Saturday. Now, this is not the models have been going back and forth with this. Earlier in the week, they were talking about primarily a snow event, then it became a snow or a mix event, or then rain to snow, and now it's kind of like showing a mostly snow event or mostly rain event here, with some cold air damming hanging around in northeastern Pennsylvania. We'll have to closely watch this, and the reason we're not really jumping to conclusions with this is the energy that is responsible for this has not come on shore yet. And since it has not been properly sampled, we don't know whether or not this area low pressure here is going to be stronger than this one here, which is going to make all the difference of what's going to happen with our coverage area. If this ends up being the stronger primary low, and this is just weaker, of course, then we have that allows the warmer air to come in, and this is a mostly rain event. Let's go over to a different image here. I want to show you what we're looking at here. Here is the energy coming on shore. Here, this will be late Wednesday, and it's going to basically come across the country like this and head up into the Great Lakes. Now, meanwhile, another piece of energy is going to develop right along the Carolina coastline. So you got two different systems here, one transferring energy to another. Okay, and then this will take over as the primary eventually, but at what point does that happen? That's what we don't know yet. And since this energy has not been sampled by the models yet, we really can't be certain that's what's being modeled right now is what's going to happen. So as you move a little bit forward in time, you can see the system coming out of the southern plains here, moving up into the western Great Lakes. And we really haven't had anything formed yet. Here we can start seeing one area low pressure right here, another one way out here. So when this precipitation moves in here, we have an uncertain events that's going to happen with this one here. And behind that, this is just one piece of energy that's breaking off. This is still remaining the primary, so this, on this particular model. So this remains warm and rain on this system here for Friday night and early Saturday. The main piece of energy actually is sitting down here in the Gulf, and this is the one we're watching after that could have some wintry potential as it comes off the coast here. Could lead to a significant snowfall if what we theorize to be correct is in fact correct. And there's a lot of uncertainty with this, and some of the models are showing a vast myriad of solutions, including the GFS here showing the coastal system just fine, but it's showing a lot of warm air sitting here. We don't think this is correct. We're going to have to look at the next couple runs of models and see what ends up being correct. But the reason we're not siding with that is that this all depends on the polar vortex placement And we think it's going to be over Hudson Bay, which is sitting right over here. The models currently are placing here over North Dakota. And because it's further west and in this position here, that allows the cold to stay up to the northwest of us and not really dig down in here. If this is over Hudson Bay like we think it'll be, that allows the cold air getting down to at least I-95, and that will allow for a very snowy situation when this system comes through. So we do think the coastal storm idea is correct. We don't think it's going to be a warm system. This, of course, is for Sunday into Monday, and we have a lot of time to look at this. One of the reasons why we're siding with the coastal solution is because most ensemble guidance, this is the ensembles that run an additional 20, in some cases 50 times, shows this system offshore in this position here in this time frame. So it's just a matter of how much cold air is available at this point. We think if it is a strong system, even if it is in this position of the cold nearby, we should be able to draw some cold air into the system to make this a snow event, not rain, as currently depicted here by the GFS. So we're going to see the models go back and forth the next couple days, and that's because we're in a split flow pattern, and the models have a difficult time determining what's going on in the long range, medium and long range. So right now, anything past 3 or 4 days, you really have to take with a grain of salt, because it's going to change and go back and forth several times. We're just going on observations of what we think in theory and what we think is going to end up happening, and part of it has to do with the polar vortex and where it's positioned will determine what happens for that second storm. Not giving up on the first storm yet. Again, that energy has to be sampled, like we talked about. It has to come in later on Wednesday, and as it just comes into Southern California here, we'll get a better handle on where that goes and how strong it's going to be, and we might see the models react to a more wintry event, possibly first Friday night and Saturday. So please stay tuned for that one and for the system Sunday into Monday, because we have a busy week coming up after this tranquil period we have Monday through Thursday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for January 4th, 2016. Have a great Monday.